And there we are. Hello. Hi,
Hello.
Gwen.
Hey. Like,
It is so good to see you.
yeah, likewise. I I know it's been a minute.
That's just how life is.
Mhm.
For those watching this video, I am LizBob the DM, and I am here with Gwen Crew. And we are all set to run some fantastic games at Grim Wizard Coffee on Sunday, December 7th from 4 to 8 p.m. And there are just a couple of tickets available left for Gwen's table. But I'm really excited to talk with you about what you're planning to run. So take it away whenever you're ready.
Oh, geez. Well, I mean, at least this rotation, it's a game that's been near and dear to my heart for years. A little bit of a backstory. I actually started role-playing games with Vampire the Masquerade, and then I moved into D&D. So it's kind of like going back home. Like, um, it's how can I describe it in several sentences?
Take as much time as you need.
Yeah, it's a game that's very dark. Like it's fun for one shot. It's going to be very interesting playing with new players and just helping them explore their characters within a certain time period. But the game is mainly basically they're not sugarcoating anything in this game. It's basically you started as a monster essentially. But as you play, if you decide to go into playing more what they call chronicles, opposed to campaigns or whatever else any other game calls their adventures, you start to figure out what it means to be, well, essentially a human. I mean, you're not human, obviously, but it's just understanding now that you are this other. How do you walk through society with this newfound life and understanding of what that really means? It's like you have the normal human world, and then you have this whole different society and hierarchy underneath that. So, sure, I might be, let's say, a barista during my nighttime hours, but then I am something a little bit more aggressively intense later on in the evening, and that goes into a little bit more information. I don't want to go too in depth into it because I want to make your
Right, because the whole concept of Vampire the Masquerade, right, is it's vampire colon the masquerade, right, where you have to sort of keep up this pretense that these monstrous creatures of which you are one don't exist.
Yes. And or better yet, you have to keep telling the world you don't exist.
Right. Yes. And
Yeah.
especially the older you get, I imagine that the harder that gets, right? But you have to maintain the masquerade. That's the whole world of darkness thing.
Yes. There's actually I'm sorry, I forget the other GM that was here that did Mage.
Yes,
That's
Jenna.
actually Jenna, thank you. Jenna's actually a part of that world too, because there's actually, as far as I know, I'm pretty certain there's more. I haven't been in the WoD world in a while. But there is mage, there is vampire, and there's also werewolf, the apocalypse.
Yes,
And
and
yeah,
I was just hearing also about I think Hunter the Reckoning,
yeah,
where you're a monster hunter, like a human
yes,
monster hunter.
yes. I haven't played that one. I only have in my collection, I only have vampire and werewolf. I hope to in the future play a werewolf, but I haven't actually read that one all the way through yet. So give me a little
I
more
know.
time, guys.
Learning all of these games to run them is a job unto itself.
It is. It is. I remember talking to you previously outside of this about the fact that I've played so many different games and I love them. One of the tricks I've had is finding games that are a little less rule heavy, so I can start
Yes.
playing.
That is the trick, right? Because if you can find
Yeah.
something that's less rule heavy, then it's easier to learn, easier to play.
Hmm.
But those are typically the games that no one's ever heard of. And so
Yes.
getting people to the table to play
Hmm.
is the challenge, which is what we're hopefully here to help solve.
So, Well, like in the prompt, we're talking about. I think I said something about being in the kind of like the punk type of streets of Detroit. It's a little bit of a fantasy film area of Detroit City. That's not really that important. I mean, just know where you're at. That's fine. But this game is going to be dealing with a little bit of, because I love darker content, this will be dealing with more darker content. Obviously, being a single one-shot game, you can't get too much in the nitty-gritty, but this will be mainly people who've never really played this game before, and that's okay. You don't have to be, you don't have to come in this game knowing how to play it. That's totally fine. This will be more of a half tutorial, half just learning about the world and experiencing it in this time period. As I do with every game at Grimm, I try to play different games. So again, for exposure, but also because horror is always a big fan and really near and dear to my heart, I like to play games that are very close to that edge. So just come in with just an attitude of, hey, I'm here to learn. It's okay if you make mistakes. It's all fine. No, we're not going to be intensely going into the nitty gritty of the rule book. This will be just a nice, easy game. It might be a little dark at times, depending, but just come in and have fun. And it's okay if it takes time. That's totally fine. Like,
Yeah, new games take a little bit of time to pick up, especially if you're used to Dungeons and Dragons, which uses a D20 system, and Vampire uses, I think, a D10.
yes, and mainly the difference with opposed from Dungeons and Dragons to Vampire is that it is a basically a cut and dry success or failure. And depending on how many successes you get or how many failures on that die depends on what the outcome's going to be. So it doesn't deal mainly with numbers so much as, hey, I needed X amount of successes to beat certain things. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. Usually people are used to initiative orders, and this is a little bit harder for people who are used to that mentality that you're always in a secular order of things. Uh, with certain games that I play, there is no order. Everything is happening pretty much all at once, which can be very chaotic and very daunting for a new player because it's literally, I think of it more of a cinematic scene where I am in this moment and this starts to happen. And whoever starts talking about what they want to do first, that's the order. Like you just, okay, this person
Right.
did this thing. Okay, I see that as my character. Now I'm going to do this thing. So there isn't really an initiative order. And that always kind of throws new players off a lot because everybody's waiting for their turn, opposed to this
Your
is
turn
your
is when you jump in.
exactly. This is your opportunity to just go for it. Which again, that's also very daunting, not being able to uh, do that on a normal basis in other games. But then once they figure it out, it gets a little easier. It can be chaotic, but like, you are literally in the middle of the scene and you see something basically pop up. Now what are you gonna do?
Right, right.
Like, so that does take a minute for people to really get their bearings on that. But the more games you are exposed to with that, the easier it gets to get into that mentality. I not to talk about other games so much, but there are other games that I've played there and I will continue to play at Grim Wizard that involve that type of system. Like,
Sure, absolutely.
mhm.
And not to look ahead too much, but we do have a game in January. Did you want to talk about that at all?
Sure, we could talk about that one too. Like,
Or we could wait. We could wait and do it another time.
hey, that's up to you. I'm good either way. We can. I try to be as mysterious as possible on the actual internet when it comes to games. I like to just kind of leave a blurb and see what happens. Like,
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we can at least drop the already published fact that you will be running a Kids on Bikes,
correct. Yes. Yes.
which is
It
also
will.
fun and exciting.
Oh yeah, the first time I played that, it was very much the first one I played was more of a Lovecraftian feel. So this one will be taking another detour, and I basically made this whole sound. So I'm basically building a town, and I'm building certain areas within the town we're going to be playing in. So we'll be playing in the same town for a very long while, but there'll be a little fun things in that space.
That's really fun. It's really fun to build a world and continue to play in it.
Oh yeah, that's the plan, and like just realizing in this particular town that not everything is as it seems, or it's a little off in some ways that maybe no one knows adult wise.
And maybe that'll be a fun thing on the heels of the finale of Stranger Things, which has a
Yes,
very kids on bikes feel.
yes, definitely, yeah. Like, trying to stay with that, but not going into that because I know some people are like, "Oh, it's Stranger Things." I'm like, kinda. Like,
Kind of, but also different.
yeah, but oh yeah, no, it'll be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. All right. Well, is there anything else you'd like to tell our potential ticket holders?
I hope to see the rest of the remainder of my table. It'd be really great to meet everybody that's new and old people as well have played with me before. There's always a great time. We always do a lot of fun stuff. And if you miss this one, you can always come to another one. So stay
Right.
tuned.
We're
Other
gonna
games and plan.
we're gonna keep doing it.
Oh yeah.
For my part, for I honestly cannot. Oh no, I just remembered what I'm doing in January. I've got Dungeons and Dragons tables. That I've got that little market cornered, and I'm planning a really fun little adventure set in a coffee house,
Oh, there
a
you
D
go.
and D a D&D gnomish coffee house. Uh, Basically, if you've heard, and you probably have, of the beginner D&D adventure of Most Potent Brew.
I've heard of it.
It's typically set in a brewery, but I have reset it in a coffee house, and it works just as well. So, so that will be. It's a very fun D&D beginner adventure. Like, if you have not played D&D before, this is a great way to just kind of dip your toe in and get an idea of what tabletop role playing in Dungeons and Dragons, the world's most famous role playing game, get an idea of what it's about. And then in January, I'm going to be running something that's kind of a little bit New Year's themed, in the sense of, like, you don't know what's coming next. So, but again, it'll be Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. And I hope that for the folks out there who that is their bag, or if they're interested in just kind of learning about it, that you will get your tickets and join us at Grim Wizard.
Yeah, please do.
Well, thank you so much, Gwen, for getting on the horn with me and talking about this. I really appreciate it, and we will hopefully see folks out at the game soon.